Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now this is your Manchester United versus Aston Villa preview for the Carabao Cup game. So what can I really talk about? It's kind of good actually we're playing Aston Villa again so soon because it'll be fresh in all our minds about how United versus Aston Villa played over weekend. So obviously, as we know, United lost 3-1 to Aston Villa. United got turned over the park by a fresh Villa side who were unpredictable, who had a new manager bounce, and United were tired and worn out. So Ten Hag's got to rotate this game because for me it's not an important cup. I feel like that you could sacrifice it to make sure you don't have to play these extra random games scattered about during the season. So, excuse me. So for me, I would play a completely different 11. Maybe Dubrav could make his debut. I'd play Malacia. I'd play Harry Maguire. I'd play Lindelof. I'd play Wan-Bissaka. I'd play Sancho, Martial, McTominay, Fred. Van der Beek. I would completely change the lineup. And for me, people can say that's way too risky by changing the full 11. But to me, it isn't because Ten Hag needs to rest these players. Obviously, the World Cup's just right around the corner, and I believe that we only play one more game after this with our first team. So, obviously, Diego Dalot might play because he's obviously suspended in the Premier League against Fulham. So, obviously, Dalot might play. But for me, I'd play Wan-Bissaka if he's fit, regardless, because I know we're trying to get rid of him in the January transfer window. So for me, I'd still play Wan-Bissaka because then he can have that game against Aston Villa, knock off some of his rust, and then be better to play for against Fulham at weekend. So for me, that's just what I think it is what we should do. So we should fully change the 11. We should take it to Villa, really, because it's at Old Trafford. It will be a new team. The fans will be behind the team regardless. So I feel like the players will react to that. Ten Hag will react to that. And then you can bring along your Ronaldos, your Rashfords on the bench in case things do go sideways. But for me, that's what we should do, because we're obviously the World Cup starts literally in less than 2 weeks. So for me, that's what United should do on Thursday night. And obviously, I'm going to the game. So if you are a match going fan and you're watching this, then if you'd like to have an interview after the match, then message me on my Twitter. I'll put my Twitter on the screen now, somewhere on the screen. So yeah, yeah. Apart from that, what else can I really say? What did we learn from Aston Villa at weekend? We learned that Aston Villa tried to put United to bed really quickly, and so they did. They scored relatively quickly with the Leon Bailey chance, the free kick, and then they scored early in the second half. So obviously, United made it 2-1 just before half-time. Obviously, it was a lucky deflection from Luke Shaw, but it was still 2-1. It was still on the goal sheet. But United should have gone... If United go into half-time 2-1 down again against Aston Villa, then they should be... they should know that they'll be like, right, okay, well, we learned from our previous game with them, that was literally last weekend, that they came out fighting straight away in the second half. So we've got to be ready that they're going to be like that. And I'm pretty sure Unai Emery isn't going to change something, because Aston Villa aren't really that type of team to be able to change their tactics. Like, if he gets something wrong, he can't bring on a world-class player to change a formation, kind of like what Potter did against United versus Chelsea, where United were dominating for 30 minutes. Potter knew it wasn't working, so he took off Cucurella and then brought on Kovacic. So I don't think that Unai Emery knows his squad well enough to be able to do something like that. So maybe that could be a positive for Manchester United and Ten Hag. But for me as a whole, I feel like the game will go... Well, it won't be similar, because I feel like the Carabao Cup isn't the be-all and end-all for Manchester United. I feel like Villa could want the place more because obviously they're not in Europe. So maybe they want to have a deep Carabao Cup run or a deep FA Cup run. But that's just my opinion. But apart from that, that's what I can really talk about. I feel like Aston Villa will probably play the same 11, maybe play Coutinho, maybe, because obviously I don't know if he's fit actually, but they could play Coutinho. They could maybe change a few other players. So I'm not too sure. I know we don't have a massive squad for rotation, but neither do Manchester United. But regardless of the quality of Manchester United's other players, I think it's a game where you do play them players. Obviously, Anthony is still out injured and not expected to be back for the Fulham game, so he definitely won't be playing Thursday night against Aston Villa. So whether you play Garnacho, Alanga, Martial, Shoretire, whoever you want to play, that's down to Ten Hag. But I know as well that we have an under-21s game on Friday, so maybe youth players won't be a part of the squad. That's the only thing I can really talk about. Maybe Garnacho will be the only youth talent in the squad. But apart from that, that's what I think the team will be. I feel like it will be back to McFred, maybe. I feel like Casemiro will be on the bench. But apart from that, that's all I can really talk about. What score? I will go for a 2-1 victory Manchester United, like I said in my preview for the Premier League game. I feel like Ten Hag will want to win this game for some reason, when I personally think we should sacrifice it. But I'm not the manager, so that's the score prediction I'm going to go for. For me, I would change the entirety first 11, maybe keep David De Gea in net because he doesn't need to be rotated because he's not being taken to the World Cup. But if you're not playing Dubravka, why do we sign him on loan? Because for me, it just makes no sense. But anyway, apart from that, what team would I think Ten Hag would go for? I feel like Ten Hag would go for a mixture, actually. I feel like he would play De Gea, maybe play Wan-Bissaka, play Harry Maguire and Martinez, play Malacia at left back over Luke Shaw, keep Casemiro in, but play McTominay or Fred as the box-to-box midfielder instead of Eriksen, and then probably maybe Bruno or Van de Beek as the 10. Maybe Bruno because he didn't play against Aston Villa at a weekend, so so Bruno will be a lot more fitter, but maybe he could make a cameo off the bench. That's personally what I would do, and save him for weekend, so just so he gets a proper rest. So I would play Van de Beek at 10. I feel like Garnacho off the left, Alanga off the right, and Martial in the middle. That's a team I'd go for. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on that team for a Carabao Cup tie with Aston Villa. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment and share. Also, we were on 70 subscribers this morning, but I lost a subscriber somehow, so whoever you are, I hate you. Not really. But no, please subscribe to the channel. I really want to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate you watching, and yeah, see you in the next one. Goodbye.